Hey guys, welcome back to my video and to my channel. I hope you're having a great time. I've been away for a few days. It was my birthday, so we were celebrating with family and friends, and I always say to people when somebody has a birthday, and usually those birthdays are special days, you know, throughout the whole day people are congratulating you, wishing you all the best wishes. I don't know, take yourself somewhere, I don't know, to lunch or dinner or to the spa or whatever, you know, treat yourself differently. And I always say people that I wish them that most of the days in the year, not to say all the days throughout the year, should be like your birthday. So I used to hate my birthdays. I really did. But I understand that that had a lot to do with my childhood and how I, as a child, celebrated those birthdays. So yeah, it's a completely different story today, and I hope it goes the same for you too. So what I would like to talk about today is self-concept. So I talk a lot about, of course, how law of assumption says assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. But we should go one step back to the self-concept first. So let's break it down. What is self-concept? Self-concept is basically how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself. And if your self-concept is totally opposite from the assumption that you are making, that you want them to be realized, then, you know, that's way too apart for those assumptions to come into reality, or at least to come into reality in a shorter time. You know, that it's not like discouraging to us. Why is it taking so long? So, you know, I like examples. I'll give you an example. So let's say, okay, my self-concept about abundance in general, not to say financial abundance, abundance in terms of having friends, you know, being like wanted, was completely opposite from what I wanted later on in my life. Because my self-concept on those subjects was, of course, engraved in my brain from a very early age on. You know, we were poor, we had no friends, we never went to a vacation. It is hard for, you know, for somebody who's got this kind of self-concept, then to imagine, you know, I'm wealthy, like beyond description, because what I have inside my brain is completely different. It has nothing to do with what I want. The experience in my life is completely different. So that's why, you know, for a poor person to imagine winning a lottery, it is very hard that will come true. Otherwise, you know, there would be winning lotteries every week. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it takes months. And even when that happens, it is proven, right, statistically, that is it 85% of people who win the like major lottery money lose it within 5 years, you know, because their self-concept stayed the same. There is no outside thing, object, or a person that can change your self-concept. So let's go to relationship. If you feel unattractive, unworthy of love, unloved, undesired. So for yourself and by yourself, then you can attract somebody in your relationship, but most likely that person will not see those things that you lack to see for yourself. Maybe at the beginning, and then you know how the story goes after a few years, you know, it goes sideways. But that's because your outer world is a reflection of your inner conception of yourself. And that's why you should start there. So if your desire is financial abundance or being a successful business person, how do you feel in terms of money, business, and success? So you can start first by observing, you know, the surroundings. When you see somebody who's got like, you know, I don't know, every 6 months new car, or wearing designer clothes that you also wish to wear, or listening to an interview, you know, sharing a luxurious lifestyle, what kind of emotions does that like wake up in you? So this is one way to look at it. And the other way, is it possible for you to envision, to imagine yourself living that kind of lifestyle? Do you believe you are worthy and that you deserve that kind of lifestyle? So if the answer is no, then start here, step by step. I would not recommend, you can use affirmations if this is something that resonates with you, but I would not go like, you know, if your self-concept is that you are totally, absolutely undeserving and unworthy, it will probably be too much of a jump, you know, to start affirming, I'm loved, I'm worthy, I deserve all the abundance. You know, if you feel it, then okay. If not, then find some statements that are more general. You know, you can try something like, there are many people in the world who were, I don't know, who grew up in a very poor circumstances and then later on in life became successful in, I don't know, certain area. So finding some general statements, if that, you know, distance is too high for you, if it's too big. But I would like to read, you know, I love Neville Goddard quotes from his books, and I prepared 3 quotes also for today. I would ask you to write down in the comments if you like me reading his quotes. Is this something that, you know, like resonates with you? I always say I like reading quotes because somehow coming from him resonates differently with me, and I would like to hear how does that sound to you as well. So the first quote is from Feeling is the Secret. Therefore, to incarnate a new and greater value of yourself, you must assume that you already are what you want to be, and then live by the faith in this assumption. In other words, your assumption, though false to the outer world, if persisted in, will harden into fact. By it, you lay down a new mold of belief and attract to yourself the likeness of the thing believed. You have probably heard this statement before. If you are here, maybe not, but I don't know who's the first person who ever said this. You don't become what you wish. Remember this. You don't become what you wish. You become what you are, or who you are. So whatever it is that you want, you have to be it now in the inner world, and then the outer world will show it to you. There's another quote from The Power of Awareness. The only limit to your realization of tomorrow will be your doubts of today. Listen again. The only limit to your realization of tomorrow will be your doubts of today. Let us, therefore, be as imitative of God as we possibly can. We are told that God calls things which are not seen as though they were seen. He sees them as a present fact, and we must do the same if we are to realize our desires. I'm reading really slowly because I really want you, to get it, to like write it down, read it, ponder on it, milk it. The only limit to your realization of tomorrow will be your doubts of today. So are you investing or are you spending your thoughts, your beliefs, your time, money, everything? Be an investor. That's what is my wish for you. And the last quote, it's from Your Fate is Your Fortune. So you must feel yourself into the state of the wish fulfilled in order to make the state permanent. As you persist in feeling yourself into the action of self-predominance, you become it. In other words, listen, you become the thing desired, and the thing desired becomes you. You embody it. By assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled and then living and acting on this conviction, you yourself create the reality of the state you desire. You embody it. If you want to feel loved, if you want to feel attractive, worthy, also loving, you first need to be that to yourself and for yourself. Take care of yourself, dress up, even if it's Saturday afternoon, take care of yourself, do your hair and makeup. Even if you go to the store, put a smile on your face, act as if. How would you act if all that you desire were already true? How would you act? How would you say hello to your neighbor? How would you, react in a grocery store where there is a queue? How would you drive to work? Would you be, showing a middle finger to somebody who is, doing some not so nice things on the road, on the highway? I remember years ago, what kind of a driver I was. Sorry. And what kind of a driver am I today? Okay, so how would you be tomorrow when that thing would be already true, a fact? You have to be that today, now. You cannot act from the self-concept of unworthy, unattractive, unloving, unkind. If we go to professional part of your life, incapable, unaccomplished, everything you cannot feel those things and wish for tomorrow to be different. Today, you create your tomorrow. Oh my God, I so wish you get that. And if you already are in some part doing that, I wish you to expand that to all the areas of your lives. So wherever there is still something that is not as ideal, as perfect as you would want it to be, change your self-concept and then act as if. I really didn't mean to have this video any longer. I always say they're gonna be short and then usually end up 20 minutes and longer. So I hope this brought you some clarification. What is self-concept and why it is important to change it? Imagine a homeless person. You go there, you tell them, just start, telling yourself, I'm abundant and I live in an amazing house. Very, very few people would succeed that. And even if in certain period of time, it would go sidebars again. The lottery winners are perfect example of this. Also, famous athletes, you have many examples in NBA, in NFL, in other sports, when they gained a lot of wealth through their contracts, how many of them went broke because their self-concept stayed the same. There is no outside circumstance that can help you with that. You first make, those pillars strong, and then there is no outer circumstance that can shake you. This is what I wish for you, to be like strong, unshakable. As usually I say at the end, leave your comments, leave your stories. I love reading. Many of you send them like in private messages, even voice messages. I'm like so thrilled listening and reading them. When you tell me how you applied, especially revision, I'm so glad, because revision is like really the one. I'm gonna put link at the end, maybe to check it out. And yeah, follow me, subscribe to get notified when I put out new video. Enjoy your day, and see you in the next video. Bye.